and welcome to my infinite sadness, or also known as my journey to watching just like a bunch of really bad shark movies. In this week, I have watched Sharks of the Corn. Yes, that's right, Sharks of the Corn. It's a parody of Jaws and Children of the Corn, meaning, and this is a spoiler, there are sharks swimming in the stalks of corn. Oh yeah. So just off the bat, usually I would begin with whether or not I recommend it. And this one, I found it was kind of difficult to say whether or not I would recommend it. It's kind of a Z movie, like, you know how they're B movies? This is way further down the line, Z movie. It's fun. If you like a movie that's so bad it's good, you will like this. And I would even say that the story is legit. The acting, not great. The filmmaking, not bad at all. There was nothing in it that I was like, oh, I can't stand this. Everyone was in frame. It was always in focus. This movie, I honestly couldn't tell if they had a helicopter or they actually did some good like tricks to make you think they did. In which case, awesome. For a low budget movie like this, you don't normally see something like that. You don't actually normally see good filmmaking. So I would say in terms of like It's So Bad It's Good movies, this is a legit pretty decent one. So now I'm going to get into spoilers. So my recommendation is if you like bad movies, this is definitely a fun one. Totally watch it. If you don't like bad movies and you can't stand like cheap movies and bad acting, don't bother with it. And so now, like I said, I'm going to get into spoilers. So Sharks of the Corn is a 2021 movie. I guess that wasn't a spoiler. I probably should have said that up front. Oh well. It takes place in, I'm assuming, a fictitious town called Druid Hills, Kentucky. Okay. Like I said, the acting isn't great. However, as the story goes on, there are some things that get revealed that once you realize it, it's like, it kind of clicks into place and you're like, oh, so that person who's behaving like this, that wasn't necessarily just them being like not great at acting. That was actually intentional, and they're like way better than I thought they were. So it's a movie that it definitely gets better as you go on. In the opening, we're in a cornfield, and this woman, I think her name was Susan, she's a librarian, is eaten by a shark in the corn. Yes, a shark in the corn. It's so funny, I love it. Anyway, so the police arrest a man who was with her at the time, and he happens to be the brother of this man, Jonathan. Jonathan has a online newspaper that's kind of into like conspiracies and stuff, and he is also a realtor, 1-800-BIG-FEET, and he uses Bigfoot sightings as a selling point. I love it. Yeah, so he's really into conspiracies, so obviously he's going to be a really important person in this film. So what is this Sharks of the Corn about? How are there sharks in the corn? Well, this movie actually has, like I said, a pretty decent story. They actually have really, I mean, it's nonsense, but the premise, it actually makes sense in the context of the film, and they actually have a lot of lore that goes along with it that you're kind of like, okay, it's dumb, but yeah, this works. I kind of consider it the prequel to the Stonehenge Apocalypse. I love that movie. So why do I consider it a prequel to the Stonehenge Apocalypse? Because this movie is based around a prophecy that, I don't know, some stars and shit are going to align and something to do with Stonehenge. And there's this serial killer who has stalked and murdered and sacrificed 666 people that I'm pretty sure he said he buried all of them in that cornfield, which is like, how the big is that farm? But whatever. And he has found 12 of the 13, I should stop moving my hands because it's making my light adjust. Anyway, he's found 12 of the 13 baby sharks that were born of this shark deity, Chichi-Matul. And he is attempting to summon Chichi-Matul and have her walk amongst people, and all people will turn into human shark hybrids. Given this actually just partially come to fruition. So he's arrested by this female police officer whose name I don't remember, but I'm going to call her Vivian. And Vivian's the one where I'm like, her acting is not great. And she's behaving in a way that's like, nonsense. This is ridiculous. No human being acts like this. But then you get to the end and there's a switch and it turns out she's also in this cult of shark worshipping people. And it's like, oh, her behavior totally makes sense now. It's ludicrous, but it tracks. All right, I'm down. Let's summon Chichi Matul. So she arrests the serial killer and then Teddy Bo Lucas, and they end up going off to Druid Hills to summon the sharks. The only nitpick I have, and this is actually a nitpick, I only have one complaint about this movie, it is a nitpick. I wish that there had been 12 sharks swimming in the corn stalks to represent the 12 unborn shark babies of Chichi Matul. They, Lucas and Vivian, have the 13th, and that's going to be the last thing they need to summon Chichi Matul. The shark baby was in the possession of a CIA agent. Yes, that's right. There are also CIA agents in this movie. There's just one. His name's Murray. So he got the unborn shark baby from this, like, cult. And he was hired by the mob. There's a lot going on. So he was hired by the mob, and the mob is so ridiculous in this movie. I guess they're the mob, they're a gang, but they're like 20s, like, kind of styled gang, like you'd see in The Godfather, and 2 of them are played by legitimate children, like under the age of 18, like one's probably high school, one's probably elementary school. I don't know why they're there. But I would say their acting is the best out of everyone in this movie by far. So, the gangsters all get, or the mob, whomever, they all get killed, and it just leaves the CIA guy Murray with the baby shark, but he gets taken by Vivian and Teddy Bo Lucas, so they get the shark baby, and that's, like I said, the last thing they need to summon Chichi Matul. So Murray, the CIA agent, ends up teaming up with the conspiracy theorist realtor, Jonathan, after the mayor gets eaten. It's a whole thing. And they go and try to defeat... I just remember what happens at the end, and it's making me smile. Like, this movie just makes me smile. That's what's important. They go to defeat Chichi Matul, who has now come back, and Vivian is transformed into Chichi Matul, a human shark hybrid, and Teddy Bo Lucas is transformed into her protector, whose name I can't remember. And so, like I said at the beginning, Jonathan is a realtor, and he's 1-800-BIG-FEET, and he uses Bigfoot as a selling point, and he writes all about conspiracies. Well, Bigfoot, like actual Sasquatch, shows up out of the corn stalks with a big ass rock and kills Teddy Bo Lucas. And then the CIA agent blows up Chichi Matul, and then they go to their car. This is Jonathan now, and the CIA agent Murray go to their car. They have defeated the shark people. Only at the last minute, just right before we cut to credits, they are attacked by the cult that the CIA agent Murray stole the shark baby from. It's ludicrous. It's insane. It's hilarious. I really like this movie. It's so bad. It's so funny. It's just absolutely bonkers. There's so much going on. It's what I call a shenanigans movie, and that's where you have a bunch of different people and groups, you know, all coming together for like the same thing. Examples of that would be like the Blues Brothers, Dude, Where's My Car, stuff like that, where you just have like all these kind of weird groups kind of slowly merging together as the story goes along. I would recommend it, like I said, if you like bad movies. It's a fun one. Not the best one. I'm saving the best for another week. It's certainly way better than Shark Exorcist. So Sharks of the Corn is much better than Shark Exorcist. Yeah, and on a stream of, you know, watching bad shark movies, this is definitely a unique one. It only came out in 2021, so I'm not sure if it's gonna get a sequel, but I kind of hope it does. Anyway, you know, what bad shark movies have you seen? I hope you enjoyed my insane ramblings, and have a really great day. We need a Red Hood movie. Bye!